Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the College Football Pregame Show. We've got just Notre Dame today. We're going to be looking over their team and making picks for them. If you want to go ahead and skip to the picks, timestamps should be showing now. Before we get to the preview, I bring great tidings of joy and good hope. Football is back on Thursday, technically. The NFL preseason starts with, I believe, the Panthers and the Bengals Hall of Fame game. It's not any of my teams, Titans fan in the NFL, if you're curious. I don't care. People are hitting each other, and they're counting scores. Good enough for me. With that, let's get right into Notre Dame. Let's start with the offense. C.J. Carr is back at quarterback. He threw for 2,741 yards last year with 24 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. That is 4-to-1 touchdown-to-interception ratio. Really good. That's pretty good considering he played the whole season. They got Aeneas Williams is going to be the running back this year. He was the backup to Jeremiah Love last season. He's going to be our starter. I am really confident in what he can do. He was pretty solid when he got on the field. I am a bit concerned. Jordan Faison is the only experienced wide receiver on the roster who got real playing time with the team last year. The O-line's pretty good as usual. The tight end room I like. It's a very solid defensive line and linebackers. Again, a lot of people are saying that this team is one of the favorites to win the national championship, and it's less about having stars at some positions than it is having no weaknesses. That is what I like in a team that wins championships. The better all around you are, the less important it is to have the best player at one specific position. That said, the secondary is a little too inexperienced for my liking. I am not super confident in their corners and safeties. That doesn't mean that they're bad. The stats or lack thereof does not mean that they're bad. It just means they're not experienced, and we might see some growing pains toward the beginning of the season. And now, of course, the whole thing is run by head coach Marcus Freeman. He is 43-12 as a head coach for Notre Dame, has taken them to a national championship game, hasn't won yet. He is one of the best coaches in college football. I don't think you can doubt that. He's had some struggles at the beginning of the year, and ask Northern Illinois if you doubt the credibility of that statistic. They started 0-2 last season with losses to Miami and Texas A&M. Yeah, granted, both of those teams were really good. I'm just not sure that a lot of people are picking them to go undefeated. I've seen been sent several memes about their schedule, which isn't great. They are still playing several really good opponents, and I think they're getting clowned on a little too hard. Why is it set to group of 6? That's my bad. Yeah, I don't think that it's awful. There are other national title contenders that might have worse schedules. So overall, they're going to be one of the best teams, very difficult to beat. I'm not sure if they're as fail-proof as some other candidates. I might like Miami a little better to win everything. The same thing there. The only real problem on their roster is their secondary. The corners are not as good as I would like. That said, let's get right into the picks. Starting in Week 1, they play a scary game on the road against Wisconsin. Week 1 has not been good for the Irish. I don't see it happening. Wisconsin is talented, but I don't think they have just the strength in them to overcome Notre Dame. Then in Week 2, I picked them at home against the Rice Owls in my American Conference video. You can go watch that on the channel. I'm sticking with that pick, pretty confident in that one. Let's see, they got versus Michigan State. I think at home in front of Touchdown Jesus, I don't think they're blowing that one. Michigan State has not been very good the last few years. I haven't done my Big Ten research yet. That video's in 2 weeks. But for now, I think I'm safely going to pick the Irish. At Purdue, the rivalry game that has not been very even as of late, I'm going to go with Notre Dame. That's them at 11-0. I picked them to absolutely thrash North Carolina, who I'm not at all high on this year. They're just not good. I'm definitely going to go with the Irish, especially on the road. versus Stanford. That's also going to be a pretty easy win. It's not the toughest schedule. Now, here's the trap game for them. At BYU, it'd be pretty abnormal, looking at Marcus Freeman's record, for them to start well and then drop one. But BYU is by far the best opponent that they play on the road this year. It's definitely the biggest trap, and they're going to blow one. Let's be real. They're going to blow one. Notre Dame is not a 12-0 team this year. I don't think. The secondary is such a concern for me. And they don't have enough standouts on the defense to really balance that out in the front seven. So for those reasons, I'm out on Notre Dame's undefeated season. I'm taking the BYU Cougars, not because I think they're especially good. In fact, they're probably going to be a little worse than last year from what I've seen so far. But I'm going with BYU. Then in Week 8, no, they're on bye. Week 9, pretty easy win on the road against Navy. Navy's not looking to be as good as last year. Week 10, they play Miami at home. The website I'm using, the Pro Football Network, great website, by the way. Would recommend if you want to do anything like this. Excellent interface. Generates little scores, though. That's not me doing that. I thought I'd give you a heads up. However, 43-40 is not at all far from what I could see this game being. These are two really, really good teams. But the games in South Bend, this could easily be game day, but I just don't see this as one that Notre Dame drops at home. I'm going with the Irish. I'm picking them at home against Boston College for obvious reasons. At home against SMU, really they only have 3 difficult games that are really going to test them. It's BYU, SMU, and Miami, of course. And I think Notre Dame is the safe pick at home against SMU. And in Week 13 final, they'll cap the season off going on the road at Syracuse. Syracuse by no means a bad team this year. I ranked them number 11 out of 17, which is too many in conference, by the way. Why do we have 17 teams in a conference? Come on, ACC. I'm not here for super conferences. It makes my research take way longer for these videos. Anyways, Notre Dame at Syracuse should, again, be a win for the Irish. And that's kind of it. Upload schedule. We got Saturday. We will have the Big 12 preseason preview and picks. Saturday after that will be the Big 10. And the 22nd, 1 week before Week 0, we will have the SEC and all the playoff predictions, which Notre Dame should safely feature in with an 11-1 record, the one loss being to BYU. And that's going to do it for this video. We will see you next week.